see it on me because I actually can do it. That is putting weight in inside sit squat, okay? I am actually able to take one side of my pelvis and drop it down. Most people actually can't, okay? That's what it's about. So the thing is, she may actually be saying, I don't know because I'm not there and I'm not seeing it, is that you're putting some other twist in. What you need to think is that at all times you can feel both sits bones on the saddle. Can you actually just feel both of them? If you start worrying about putting more weight on, this is what starts happening. All right. Or now, if there are times when you want to quote step on the inside stirrup, that's different than putting the weight on the inside sits bone. You step on the inside sits bone, like sometimes you step into a half fast or whatever. That's like stepping off the curb. Okay.
That's what
it's that mechanism.
Like I'm dismounting onto that, getting ready to dismount.
It's just like if you're walking along on a board like this, you just step down on it. That does not actually biomechanically put weight on the inside sits bone. Okay, now to the extent that you're going along and you can actually do that and put that weight down on that inside sits bone or pull them down like that, and you see nothing else in me is changing. I mean, from the outside, you basically probably can't tell. I go from that sits bone to that sits bone, and if particularly I'm more sensitive, like thoroughbred horse or whatever, that's all it takes for me to step a horse into a half fast. It's just boom like that. Okay, but as I say, most people can't. And all this other talk, they end up doing all this other stuff with their upper bodies. No, I want your upper body to stay really still.
So is he feeling, by my lack of balance, is he feeling an aid for a counter canter or a lead change?
No. You gotta understand, this horse does not like to be through. And he's had enough history of, it might hurt me behind, or I was taught how to not get through. But long before it's ever a problem for him, because he starts it at the trot, okay? He starts monkeying around. The minute you really start riding from here and saying, hey, connect to my back, as opposed to, I'm just going to kind of hand and leg ride, and we're going to be a little long and low, and do this and that and everything else, but he's not actually connecting and building muscle. But for him to kind of pull up his, kind of like show up at the gym, pull up his tummy, use his butt, and carry himself from here, and carry from here into canter, and here into canter, and stay there and come back into trot, as opposed to sprawl and run and use momentum. So it's a throughness training issue. And he likes to talk you out of it all the time. Okay. The thing for you is to say, you know what, mister, whatever you do, it's just like on that horse. I'm holding my position, okay? You can have an ace fit about it, but unless he actually goes up and rears, you just hold your position. Till he learns to deal with it and stop talking you out of it every 2 seconds. He's come a long, 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 long way. As I said, we can see in the muscle, his horse has totally changed his muscle, so he's on the right track. The thing is, he wants to convince you that any transition he can only do in sprawl mode, and he gets to do with whatever. You just say, I'm just going to sit up here like the ice queen.
The second question is, when he lands, when you down transition from canter to trot, he lands in the trot way too fast.
Yep.
Like a jet plane. And
so
how do you make him land in the right
What
speed?
he lands is tons of momentum.
Tons of momentum.
Okay.
So how do
I know, and that is the catch-22. The good news is, compared to where you two were a year ago, it's come a long, 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 long way. The only way to get over it is you absolutely just have to suffer through it until your position just plain doesn't do it. Because anytime you get discombobulated, one is he feels that you're going to lean forward. He's going to want to run forward because he's got to go use momentum to get you up, okay? So that's one reason that horses do it. The second is, that is what they do naturally in the field. The first thing in training a horse that we do to ask them is fundamentally different from what they do in the field, is how to go trot to canter, canter to trot. In the field, how do they pick up the canter? They're trotting along, and off we go cantering this way. We're going to say, no, you stay here. You're going to fire with a hind leg, not an inside shoulder. And that's why the Westerners, how do they teach those horses to canter in the Western stuff? Pull their head to the outside and canter through the inside shoulder. Okay, we're asking to do something fundamentally different, because we're all about the way to keep horses safe, comfortable, and not lame, is teaching them to start carrying us from the hind end. Okay, so that, and then the same thing going to the trot. What do? They're cantering along and they fly and they just run down a momentum, and then it's made worse by the way of the rider. So you're going to the root of what's making that is fundamentally different than what they do naturally. Okay, so yeah, he farts around all day naturally, and then you get on him. But so that has to become
half halt,
and he has to learn to stay on the half halt. That's why all the work that you do with the walk and the trot is important, because it gives you the tools to do it. Is why also the correct lunging, gets him to have the muscling, the tummy muscle, the idea, because he can't run off that badly on the side race. And once, I lunge him for each time he's come down to me, first 5 or 10 minutes, he's, I got to run around, and and then he realizes, I'm making life hard for myself. And he just goes canter trot in self-carriage, up where he needs to be. So that's one of the reasons why the lunging program is good for this horse and has helped him as much as it has. Because without you being on there, and again, if he had the perfect rider, it would come. But you know, your riding's come along. But that is absolutely something to master, not to accommodate. Okay, so it's not about, oh well, it's, you know, yeah, we got to go showing, so we're gonna let this or that happen. It's kind of one of those breakthrough things, and yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable before it gets better. Okay, the good news is it's gotten lots and lots better because your position's gotten stronger, he's gotten stronger, and you're beginning to get, you know, some idea of half halts and things in the rest of the time. And again, it's more about him half halting than you doing the half halts. All right, but I agree, that is the crux of that issue, and it's one of these things for a rider. It's like, how the heck do you get a horse on the bench? You know, I can tell you all day long how to do it.